Hi, I'd like to speak to you today about the importance of support for caregivers. Are you or do you know of anybody that is a caregiver? If not, are there plans for you to be a caregiver in the future? If there are, the best thing you can do right now is to make a plan, and the better you make that plan, the more concise you make that plan, the better you can care for the person you love. In 2005, I was honored when my mother chose to spend her final months with us. I didn't have any idea what that was going to entail. Didn't think about it, my husband did. He was my support system. Again, in 2006, our daughter came home. She had been diagnosed with a mental illness. Once again, I was put into the caregiver role. My husband was my support again. I discovered that for a caregiver, a support system is vital. It can make or break the experience. And through my research, I'd like to show you how so many times caregivers give so much of their time, money, and energy that they many times wind up in a crisis mode themselves. I've experienced some of what I will tell you. Caregiving is hard on the caregiver. It's imperative that caregivers find a means of support so that they can take care of themselves. Today I'd like to give you some information about caregivers. Caregivers are economically impacted. Caregivers are physically and emotionally impacted. Caregivers need support systems, and caregivers need to care for themselves first. The definition of a caregiver is anyone who provides assistance to someone else who is to some degree incapacitated and needs help performing daily tasks. Caregivers suffer a high level of economic hardship. The Family Caregiver Alliance shows that the average age of a caregiver is 48. This is still well within the years when a person is working. Caregiver.org states that 70% of working caregivers have to make some sort of job change to accommodate their caregiving role. 69% of that number has had to change their schedules. They've had to decrease their hours and sometimes even leave their job for unpaid leave. 4% have taken early retirement. Caregivers increasingly show the stress of stress-related illnesses. They experience extreme stress, and this can show in aging prematurely. It can take up to 10 years off of a caregiver's life. Caregiver.org shows that 20% of employed female caregivers over the age of 50 show symptoms of mental illness and depression, as opposed to 8% of their non-caregiving peers. The National Family Caregivers Alliance shows statistics that 23% of family caregivers show their own health is poor or fair. And this has been shown to be a significant factor in the caregiver's decision to place a relative who is incapacitated into a long-term living situation. As a caregiver, it's vital to have a support system. HelpGuide.org talks about respite care, where friends, relatives, and even volunteers come into the caregiver situation. And they offer the caregiver a short time for personal use. There are two basic ideas for respite care. One is to share the responsibility for caregiving, and the other one is getting support for yourself. Finding the right balance requires patience, persistence, and preparation. The American Association of Retired Persons feels the most important thing that a future caregiver can do is to approach caregiving with a plan. Future caregivers should make a financial plan to help defray economic expenses and also to make these decisions before they're placed into a situation that's high stress. Current and future caregivers should take care of their own physical health, get on a fitness regime, and stay on it. This helps to mentally and physically reduce stress. Find out all you can about the health issues for the person for whom you're providing care. Seek support groups that sponsor health issues such as what you're looking at. Learn the signs of caregiver burnout. Ask for help. Ask for help from volunteers from service organizations and even your own church. Stay connected to your friends and family. Caregiving is hard work. Nobody is immune to the effects of the stress, but they can be minimized. The means of support for caregivers is available. Caregiver burnout is real, and for those in current caregiving situations, stay connected with family and friends. Get on a fitness regime to maintain a level of fitness. For future caregivers, make a plan. An economic plan, a physical plan, a game plan. Give yourself the luxury of a support system. Make a plan and take care of yourself. Thank you.